that, we have 30 chickens outside in the coolers, and we've been letting them sit for 24 hours. I'm curious how much these chickens weigh, like a good average. We're gonna weigh them out right now. We're just chopping off all the excess handles on these plastic bags that we used. We learned that because we're putting them in the freezer, if we don't dry them off before we do that, then all of the chickens will get stuck together inside the freezer. And so we like to dry them off and then weigh them all out, just so that I think it's good to know to keep track of how your birds are doing. Let's see how much this one weighs. Try it off first. 4 pounds. I was hoping to at least get 4 pounds off of every chicken. More would be pretty great, but I'm happy with 4 pounds. Ooh, that's over 5 pounds. After we butcher the birds, we wait about 24 hours before we put them in the freezer. That's just to let them rest and so they won't be so stiff. Some people like to wait a couple days or even up to a week. We would probably wait that long, but to be honest, I mean, all we have is ice chests and coolers, and I really don't want to be buying a bunch of ice. So we wait 24 hours, there's still ice in there, they're still cold, and then we put them in our freezer. All right, we categorized the poundage here. So we have all the 3-pound chickens, the 4 pounds, and then the 5 pounds. And it looks like the majority of chickens that we have here are at least 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, which I'm pretty happy about. The first time we did chickens, the average was like 3 pounds. I feel like we're getting better at raising our own meat birds and figuring out how much feed we should be feeding them without, you know, overfeeding them and spending a ton of money on feed, which is important.
So what I'm going to be doing with the 5-pound birds is I'm going to be cutting them up into pieces. I've never done that before with our whole birds. I usually like to leave them whole because we just cook them in the Instant Pot and make broth at the same time. I think this time what we're going to do is just cut them up into their pieces and use our food saver to vacuum seal them up.
But it's important to log all the stuff that you're doing, especially with the meat birds. So it'll be interesting to even look, like, if we do this years from now, to look back the first times that we were doing it, just to see how things has changed. But we gotta get these in the freezer. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys next time.